Have you ever closed your eyes, visualized exactly what you wanted with crystal clarity, held that image in your mind with unwavering focus, and then opened your eyes to find absolutely nothing had changed? You're not alone. Millions of people around the world are trapped in this frustrating cycle, wondering why their dreams remain just out of reach, despite following every manifestation technique they've encountered. But what if I told you that the problem isn't your ability to visualize? It's something far more fundamental that almost everyone overlooks. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, discovered something remarkable about the human psyche that completely transforms how we understand manifestation. He recognized that our conscious mind, the part that creates those beautiful mental images, is only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lies something far more powerful, our emotional body, the felt sense that lives in our chest, our gut, our entire nervous system. And here's where it gets fascinating. Your subconscious mind doesn't respond to pictures. It responds to feelings. Think about the last time you felt genuine anxiety. Has this ever happened to you? You didn't need to sit down and carefully visualize worst-case scenarios. No, the fear came instantly, didn't it? Your chest tightened, your stomach knotted, your hands perhaps trembled slightly. That feeling consumed you completely in mere seconds, and suddenly your entire reality seemed to shift to match that emotional state. You started noticing everything that could go wrong. Opportunities for disaster appeared everywhere, and the universe seemed to conspire to prove your fears correct. Now here's the profound truth that changes everything. If negative emotions can reshape your reality that quickly and that completely, then positive emotions hold exactly the same power. The difference is that most people have mastered the art of feeling fear, worry, and doubt, but they've never learned to feel abundance, love, and success with that same visceral intensity. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover might surprise you. There's a specific reason why your visualization practice hasn't been working, and it has nothing to do with your dedication or your worthiness. The issue is what Jung called the body-mind gap, that invisible canyon between seeing something in your imagination and actually feeling it as real in your physical body. You can picture yourself wealthy, but does your nervous system believe it? You can imagine yourself in a loving relationship, but does your heart feel chosen and adored right now? You can visualize perfect health, but does your body sense that vitality coursing through it? This disconnect is the silent killer of manifestation. Your conscious mind creates the image, but your subconscious mind, the true architect of your reality, only accepts what feels authentic to your emotional body. And when there's a mismatch between what you're visualizing and what you're feeling, your subconscious will always trust the feeling, every single time. Which means that for the past weeks, months, or even years, you may have been accidentally programming your subconscious to create more of what you don't want, simply because you never learned to bridge that gap between mind and body. But what if you could close that gap in just 60 seconds? If this content speaks to you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. This is where we dive into the real transformations, the kind that actually shift your reality from the inside out. What makes this phenomenon even more extraordinary is its elegant simplicity. Jung's research revealed that manifestation doesn't require elaborate rituals, expensive courses, or years of spiritual practice. In fact, the entire mechanism of reality creation operates on just two fundamental elements: your emotional state and your subconscious mind. That's it. These two forces form a partnership so powerful that once you understand how they work together, everything you thought you knew about manifestation gets turned on its head. Here's the hidden truth that nobody talks about. This partnership doesn't judge. It doesn't distinguish between what you want and what you fear. It doesn't care if you're manifesting abundance or scarcity, love or loneliness, success or failure. Your subconscious mind is like the most loyal servant imaginable. It simply takes whatever feeling you're broadcasting and says, "Understood, I'll create more of that for you." And because this process happens entirely beneath your unconscious awareness, most people are manifesting constantly without realizing they're doing it. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic because here's where the real transformation begins. You've actually been an expert manifester your entire life. You just didn't know it because you've been using this incredible power in reverse. Think about the last time you worried about money. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was this morning. That single thought about your bank account triggered an immediate cascade of physical sensations, didn't it? Your stomach tightened into a knot. Your chest felt heavy. Perhaps your breathing became shallow. You didn't need a meditation cushion or a vision board for any of that to happen. The fear arrived instantly and completely, flooding your entire nervous system with the visceral feeling of lack. And that's the proof, right there in your own experience. That feeling didn't just stay inside you like some abstract emotion floating in your mind. No, it sank directly into your subconscious, like ink dropped into water, spreading and staining everything it touched. Your subconscious received that signal loud and clear. We're in danger, resources are scarce, threat detected. And being the faithful servant it is, your subconscious immediately went to work, arranging circumstances to match that feeling. Unexpected bills appeared, opportunities vanished, that client didn't call back. The raise fell through. More evidence of lack kept showing up. Because that's exactly what you programmed your subconscious to create. The same process happens with rejection, with failure, with every negative outcome you've ever feared. One memory of past hurt, one anxious thought about the future, and boom, your body responds instantly with sensations so real, so convincing, that your subconscious has no choice but to accept them as truth. This is how most people spend their entire lives accidentally manifesting their worst fears while desperately trying to manifest their dreams. They're experts at feeling what they don't want and amateurs at feeling what they do want. The impact of this realization cannot be overstated because it means you already possess the exact skill you need. You just need to redirect it. Write in the comments, "I'm ready to redirect this power," if this is making sense to you so far. The beautiful revelation in all of this is that the mechanism itself is completely neutral. If this force inside you can manifest financial struggle when you feel fear, then it can manifest financial abundance when you feel relief. If it can create rejection when you embody unworthiness, then it can create love when you embody feeling chosen. If it can produce chaos through anxiety, then it can produce peace through calm. The same exact process, the same partnership between feeling and subconscious, the same invisible architecture of reality creation. It all works in both directions with equal power. This was Jung's most profound breakthrough, and it's what separates those who transform their lives from those who remain stuck in the same patterns year after year. Every single time you've manifested something you feared, you were actually providing yourself with evidence that the law works perfectly. You weren't doing it wrong. You were doing it exactly right, just pointed in the wrong direction. The truth is, you're not broken. You're not blocked. You don't lack some special gift or spiritual attainment. You've simply been an unconscious master of negative manifestation. And now it's time to make a different decision about where to point that mastery. What if I told you that the journey from fear-based manifestation to desire-based manifestation doesn't require a complete personality overhaul or decades of meditation practice? What if the shift could happen in less time than it takes to brew a cup of coffee? This is where most people's mindset about manifestation completely misses the mark. They believe transformation requires endless repetition, hours of visualization, or some mystical state of consciousness they haven't yet achieved. But the hidden truth is far more accessible and far more immediate than that. If something here resonated with you, hit that like button. It's a simple way to let me know this message landed, and it helps others discover this content too. Jung discovered through his work with the unconscious mind that intensity matters more than duration. Your subconscious doesn't need you to hold a feeling for hours. It needs you to feel it authentically for just long enough to make an impression. 60 seconds, that's the threshold. When you can genuinely embody the feeling of your desire fulfilled for one uninterrupted minute, you plant a seed so deep in your subconscious that it has no choice but to germinate. This isn't about pretending or forcing yourself to feel something fake. It's about accessing that place inside you where the feeling already exists, where it's always existed, waiting for you to claim it. Think about how this changes everything. You're not trying to convince yourself of something untrue. You're not spending hours in effortful concentration. You're simply allowing yourself to feel for 60 seconds what it would be like if your desire were already real. And in that brief window of authentic emotional experience, your subconscious receives the blueprint. It registers the frequency. It accepts the new instruction. And from that moment forward, whether you're aware of it or not, reality begins its quiet rearrangement behind the scenes, pulling together circumstances, people, and opportunities that match the feeling you've planted. Drop a comment saying 60 seconds if you're ready to try this for yourself. The practical application of this begins with something deceptively simple: stillness. Not the forced kind where you're fighting against your racing thoughts, but the natural settling that happens when you give yourself permission to just be for a moment. Close your eyes right now if you can, and take one slow breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely, then release it gently through your mouth. Feel how your shoulders drop just slightly. Notice how your jaw unclenches. Your chest expands and softens. This is where the real work begins. Not in the doing, but in the allowing. Now comes the crucial decision that will determine whether this practice transforms your life or becomes just another exercise you abandon. You need to choose one desire, just one. Not a shopping list of everything you want to manifest. Not 5 different goals competing for attention. One single thing that has been knocking persistently at the door of your heart, asking to be let in. Maybe it's the financial freedom you've been craving, where money flows easily and you finally breathe without that constant weight on your chest. Maybe it's the relationship where you feel truly seen, chosen, and cherished. Maybe it's the health and vitality that's been slipping away, or perhaps it's that dream you've carried since childhood that never quite let you go. Whatever it is, let it come forward now. Don't force it. Don't analyze whether it's the right choice or the most important one. Just notice which desire rises naturally to the surface when you ask, "What am I truly calling into my life?" And when it appears, whisper to yourself, either out loud or in the quiet of your mind, "This is mine. This is already mine." Not "this will be mine" or "I hope this becomes mine." Present tense, already accomplished, already real. Let it sit beside you the way a trusted friend sits quietly in your presence. No effort required, just comfortable and natural. But here's where most people stumble on their journey, and this is the hidden truth that separates fleeting hope from genuine transformation. You cannot remain an observer of your own desire. You can't watch it like you're sitting in a theater, watching someone else's life unfold on screen. That distance, that separation between you and what you want, is precisely what keeps it forever out of reach. The impact of this realization is immediate once you understand it. You must step inside the scene completely and become the version of you who already lives this reality. If your desire is that home you've been dreaming about, don't just picture it from the outside. Step through the front door. Look around from inside those rooms. What colors are on the walls? How does the light fall through the windows at this time of day? Walk across the floor and feel its surface beneath your feet. Is it cool hardwood, soft carpet, smooth tile? Run your hand along the counter in the kitchen. Open a door. Make this tangible and real through your senses. If it's the relationship your heart has been longing for, feel their hand wrapped around yours right now. Hear the specific tone of their voice when they say your name with affection. Notice the warmth of their smile, the sound of their laughter, the way their presence makes your entire nervous system relax into safety and love. Type, "I'm stepping in," if you're doing this exercise with me right now. If your desire is financial freedom, open your phone or check your computer screen and see those numbers glowing back at you. The exact amount that represents complete peace of mind. Feel the weight that's been sitting on your chest for months or years just lift away, replaced by a calm, so profound it almost makes you want to cry with relief. These aren't vague images floating somewhere in the distance. This is you, right now, in this moment, living it. But stepping inside the scene is only the beginning of the true revelation. What brings this entire process to life, what makes your subconscious sit up and take notice, is when you engage every single sense, as if this reality were happening around you in this very moment. Look around you in this scene. What specific colors do you see? Are the walls painted in soft, calming neutrals, or are they vibrant and energizing? Notice how the light plays across the surfaces. Is it warm morning sunlight streaming through large windows, casting golden patterns on the floor? Or is it the gentle glow of evening, soft and peaceful? Maybe it's candlelight flickering, or the sparkle of city lights visible through glass. Listen carefully. What sounds are present in this reality you're inhabiting? Perhaps there's music playing softly in the background, something that makes you feel alive and present. Maybe it's laughter, yours or someone else's, rising naturally and filling the space with joy. It could be the voice of someone you love speaking to you with warmth and affection, or the gentle sounds of nature if you're somewhere peaceful. Leaves rustling, waves rolling in, birds calling in the distance. Let these sounds become as real to your ears as anything you've ever heard. Now reach out and touch what's around you. Feel the texture of the couch beneath your fingertips, the smooth coolness of a countertop, the soft fabric of new clothes, the warmth of another person's hand in yours. Notice the temperature of the air against your skin. Is it cool and refreshing, or warm and comforting? Even the smallest details matter because they build the bridge between imagination and embodied experience. Take a breath and notice what you smell. Maybe it's fresh coffee brewing, the delicate scent of flowers nearby, the salty freshness of an ocean breeze, or simply the clean smell of a new beginning. And if there's taste involved, champagne bubbles on your tongue, your favorite meal, or just the crisp freshness of the air, let yourself experience that too. But here's what matters most. As all these sensory details come alive, pay attention to the emotion that rises naturally in your chest. Don't force it. Just notice it emerging, whether it's joy, gratitude, profound peace, or the feeling of being deeply loved. This emotion is the signal your subconscious recognizes as truth. The more vividly you can sense this entire experience, the more your subconscious accepts it not as fantasy, but as lived reality. And that's when the magic begins behind the scenes, quietly rearranging the pieces of your life to match what you've just made real. Now I want to share with you the most crucial part of this entire journey, the moment when everything you've done gets imprinted into the deepest layers of your being. Tonight, when you lie down to sleep, don't leave this scene behind like you're closing a book and putting it on a shelf. Comment below, I'm carrying it with me, if this process is resonating with you. Take this scene with you, like a soft blanket you're wrapping around yourself. Don't analyze it or pick it apart, wondering if you did it correctly. That's the old version of you, the one who doubted. Just rest in it. Let yourself drift into sleep as the person who already has this, who already is. This, who already lives this reality. Your conscious mind will step aside as you cross that threshold into sleep, and your subconscious, the true architect working tirelessly behind the scenes, will take over, accepting what you've carried into sleep as absolute fact, and beginning the quiet work of rearranging your outer world to match it. If you've made it this far with me, I want you to know something. This wasn't a random video that appeared in your feed. You were meant to find this message. Today, at this exact moment in your journey. And if this resonated with you, if something inside you shifted even slightly while listening, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. This channel is dedicated to bringing you content that actually transforms your life, not just entertains you for a few minutes. Real tools, real insights, real change. Drop a comment below saying, this message was meant for me, so I know you are here and you're ready to apply this. And go ahead and leave a like on this video. It helps this message reach others who need to hear it just as much as you did. Before you go, there's another video right here that takes this even deeper. Click it and continue with me over there. Let's keep this journey going together.